In this video, we will look at how to strategically use Google or any search engine to locate sources to support the visual, cultural, rhetorical analysis assignment. For your analysis, you are looking at images or physical artifacts to analyze the visual and textual rhetoric to determine what values the artifacts represent in your community. So, you're not just writing a paper describing your artifact, you need sources to support your observations and what they mean in the context of your artifact's community. So, what do the colors mean in the Rosie the Riveter image? What was happening at the time that image was created? We need sources to back those answers up. So these are just some questions that we could be asking about our artifacts, and perhaps others you'll discuss in your class. So historically, who created the artifact? When is it from? And what was happening in the world at the time it was created? And perhaps how has it changed over time? Visually, what do the visuals mean? And what did the creator intend with those visuals? And then what is the impact of those visuals on the viewer? And symbolically, what does the artifact mean to the people in the community that use the artifact? How is it used? When is it used? And why does it hold that importance? So before I start searching, I might want to make a document listing these questions, and as I locate the answers, compile them into the document with the answer and the source that it came from, so that I can start to see the story of the artifact develop. And then I can eventually pull this information into an outline for my final analysis paper. So let's say I've actually chosen a physical artifact, maybe a nursing cap, which is important in the nursing profession and the nursing community. I might want to just do a quick search for my artifact to find out a little bit more about its history and what it is. But I can already see an issue with some of the search results that are coming up if I just search for my artifact. I'm starting to see just a lot of advertisements and information about how to purchase different styles. So I'm going to need to add something to my keywords. So maybe I will add history of the nursing cap. And I can see there are lots of sources with little bursts of information. So this one has the idea that it started in the early Christian era as a way of covering their head. This one says Florence Nightingale was the first to wear the cap. I might start at Wikipedia if I want some good background information. This talks a little bit about the history, different kinds, advantages, disadvantages, and if I scroll down, I can kind of get an idea of whether or not these references, where this information came from, is reliable. So we have a book on issues and trends in nursing, and 2 scholarly articles, one from the Academic Journal of Nursing. So I know that this is good information to at least give me some background, and I might even actually want to check out these sources to use in my paper itself. But we can probably start with this one just to evaluate it for reliability. So this is Aspen University, and I could go to their About page to just make sure that they offer nursing programs. This looks like it's probably in a blog of some kind. It's from May 2021, which is recently updated, and the author is an award-winning nurse, writer, and digital marketer. So it doesn't tell me a lot about her expertise in nursing history, but I can actually look at some of the content to see how does this source know what it says it knows. So looking at the history of the nursing cap, they have some links out to references like the Daughters of Charity, which is associated with this church that they are referencing as part of the history. This one references nursinghistory.org. So it looks like they're linking out to some valuable references. So one thing I could do with this information is maybe either copy and paste what I find useful to answer my questions, or put it in my own words and put it in that document we had before, and then copy and paste the link over there. And what you may find when you're searching Google for this type of information is that one source is not going to give you everything you need to know. It's going to provide you with lots of little bursts of information. And that's okay. You can compile information from multiple sources to pull together into answering your entire question. And as you scroll through the results, you want to just look at both the title for relevance and then the website that it comes from. Do I recognize these sources? Do I need to find out more about these sources? Just looking at some of them, such as nursinguniforms.net or nursinghistory.org, they seem to be trade publications that maybe nurses might frequently use. So we can try to do some research about them to see if they're reliable to the field and the community. And if you're already a part of that community, you may already know that. Let's take a look at Freedom HCS or HealthWorks Collective, one of these, and learn a little bit more about it. Me, as a non-nurse, I'm not familiar with this organization, so I can go to their website, HealthWorks Collective, and I can do two things. I can look at their About page, or I can actually open a new tab, go back to Google, and Google HealthWorks Collective, and I can see what I can learn about them from outside of their website itself. They say that they are a blogger-based community, so that gives me some information. I can also check their ratings. I can see what other people are saying about them, or if there's really nothing being said about them. They don't have their own Wikipedia page, so there seems to be an absence of information about them. So, are they a well-known, reliable source within the nursing community? Perhaps not if they don't have a lot of content about them. So this process of opening a new tab is called lateral reading. We could try another one for medscape.com. And again, if you're part of the nursing community, you might already know about them. But Medscape, this one has their own Wikipedia page. They're a website providing access to medical information for clinicians, and they were developed by WebMD, who is very well known. So this Google search or lateral reading search provided us with a lot more background information on our source. And these are the types of skills that you want to be using every time you're Googling something. So where else can we get information? Let's think about our community. Where do nurses get trustworthy information? Perhaps nursing organizations? We can actually go to these particular websites and do some searches about the nursing cap. Perhaps there are nursing museums. Try to think of museums that are well known and would have information on American history, like the Library of Congress or the American History Museums. Another strategy we could use is to try to limit to cite:.gov or .edu. This may not always bring back valuable information depending on your topic. So if we did cite:.gov and history of the nursing cap, we're still getting a lot of the same sources. This one perhaps wasn't there last time when we did a search, but I could try Rosie the Riveter. And since she was a piece of wartime propaganda for the government, there actually are a lot of stories through defense.gov, nps.gov, dol.gov, which are actually coming up and eliminating a lot of other advertisements and non-governmental sites. So using this cite: strategy to use particular website types can help you search Google more strategically.
For more information on Contact of the Library, see the description of this video.